Hey everybody, welcome back to JandC Play Truth or Drink with Zach, and let's just jump back into it.
Here you go.
Oh, my turn.
ain't me.
All right, let's do this. What is this game? First to five?
Yeah, first 5.
All right. That's a good question.
Yeah, that last group of them fucked me up too.
Oh, that's a good question too. Dude! The first question is geared towards Zach, and the second is towards Josh. Definitely. And I don't know who I want the answer from more.
I want to look, but I can't look.
Personally, I'm more concerned with Josh's answer, but for entertainment value, I'm more interested in yours.
Concerned.
Yeah, concerned.
Well, I guarantee you I can come up with an answer for either.
All right, I'm just going to ask the first one then. When was the last time you thought you might die? What made you feel that way?
Oh, man. Oh, man, I've got a variety of sources that I can choose from here. I have had so many near-death experiences. Like,
Yeah, I'm really curious. When was the last time you thought you were
the
going to die?
last time was the Oregon coast when we were all out there.
Oh, when you almost got your fucking organs harvested?
No, it was before that. It was the drive out there. So... I wasn't giving up. No. I had people to watch out for me there. I wasn't worried about that
That's
shit.
true.
It was because I had. Oh man, there's a part of this I have to leave out. I had
We can edit it out.
a hell of a night the night before,
Sure.
and I woke up and continued to have a hell of a good night. Where I was still good to drive. Man, I was feeling good, and holy shit. It got to the point where on the highway for heading to the Oregon coast, and it's a highway, you know, so like one way is going one way and one way is going the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oncoming traffic the whole way. And we had this semi that was going like 55 and a 70. And like, yeah, he's going to speed limit, but like, we need to pass this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to go to the Oregon coast traveling at 50 the whole entire way. I'm going to pass him. So I'm passing him and I'm gunning it. And he decides to gun it now too. Like an asshole. Who's gonna do that? Apparently him. So he starts flooring it. I start flooring it. I have my pedal literally to the floor now. I'm gunning this car. I'm going like 100, 110 miles an hour. Still trying to fucking pass this guy because he's being a dick. And there's oncoming traffic flying at me from the other side of the highway. I barely scooted over and this car swerved out of the way and like made it. And I had to like pull over and like switch drivers because I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my god,
Like-
how hard were your hands shaking?
Dude, I shook the whole way to the Oregon coast.
Oh my
like, I was
God.
literally like,
That's why you were all
Every-
freaked out when you got there and got out of the car. You're
everyone
like,
in the
"Fuck."
car was just losing their shit, and I was just like, guys, I'm so sorry. But
Yeah.
like, everyone's like, it's not your fault. You went and did what you're supposed to do, but this guy decided that it was a good idea to keep pace with you when you're trying to pass him. Like, what?
Dude. That's terrifying.
It's a semi, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like I have to just like scoot over a car.
Yeah.
It's like 3 car lengths. Not okay.
It takes a long time to pass them too.
Especially at like over 100 miles an hour, and you still can't fucking pass it. You're just hauling ass. It's like, get the fuck out of my way.
Hit the brakes, old man!
Fuck you. It's a mess, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's at least the most recent one.
Heard.
I have a lot more I can go into, but
But that's recent. Okay.
But that's
Josh,
recent.
when's the last time you thought you were going to die?
The last time I thought I was going to die. Actually, I think it was when I was I was fairly young. I haven't really had a near-death experience as an adult.
Yeah.
But I remember swimming in the pool, and I dove in, and I was trying to tread water for a long time. And there was a point where I thought I was going to drown. I didn't think I'd make it to the side.
No kidding.
Yeah,
How long were you treading water?
I don't remember. I think I was pretty young.
oh, there was a time similar to that to me. Like, it was at my grandparents' old house. They had a pool, you know, like actual pool in their backyard.
Yeah.
And they had a big old raft, and we had a big old family, so there was just like always people. But they had a raft, and there was like 6 of them on it. And I was just a dumb little kid with my little snorkel. I'm like, not snorkel, but you know, like,
Yeah.
you remember like the goggles you had that had the nose thing on it too?
Yeah.
That was the shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those were tight, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're just
absolutely.
like, cool. So I had those, and I was like, I'm a scuba diver. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I decided to go under. I was gonna swim under this fucking raft, and I came up under it. I didn't have the breath, and I was. And and I barely made it to the other side. Barely, like got it air. I almost drowned. Everyone's whatever, blah blah. I'm like, I almost died. Damn
Look at me! I've seen the other side.
And no one gave a shit. No one cared. They're just like, he just wants attention. Dude, I was almost
Just an attention-seeking Zach.
I was almost dead. And y'all didn't care.
I could have died.
Y'all thought it was a joke.
Everybody's laughing until there's a kid floating face down in the pool.
It was got to be me.
So who wins the point?
Definitely Zach.
Yeah, I figured.
100%.
Yeah,
let me read the second question though. Am I friends with anyone you can't fully endorse? And is there anything you think I should reconsider about them?
That's not me.
I would be more personally interested in Josh's answer to that question than any other human being I know. Maybe Aaron. I would be very interested in Aaron's answer.
Baltzenheimer.
Baltzenheimer.
Right.
Shout out to
now-
Baltzenheimer.
Shout out Aaron Baltz.
What's up? Right now, there's not really anybody that I super disapprove of. Which hang out with.
I know who you would have disagreed with. And had
Oh,
everything.
yeah, definitely.
Kyle Bills.
I'll tell you.
No, like he was never a jerk to me. Like we were buddies, but he and Josh hated each other for like his entire life.
All right.
Yeah, let's move past this one. I'm sorry. R.I.P. Kyle Bills, man. I do miss you. I love you.
Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you are happier or sadder than the average person? Why?
Don't ask me that, man.
The other one was worse, honestly.
Worse than
I
that?
actually skipped over the one, so I was like, I'm not going to ask those guys that. That's going to bring down the whole mood.
I fucking like it. Fuck me up. I like
no
feeling
doubt.
things.
Might-
Positive, negative.
No, not
I
this
like
one.
feeling.
This one was the better one of the two. The
Oh
other
my
one
God.
I thought was going to bring the mood too far
You'll have
down.
to tell us after
I was
this.
like,
You
Yeah,
have
tell
to
us
tell us
after,
still.
but because I'm curious. But fuck, dude. Do I think I'm happier or sadder?
than the average person.
Sadder.
Yeah, you've been having a rough time lately.
I am very much sadder.
But you're on the up and up. And if you think you're wrong, you're fucking stupid. Dude, you're moving around so much more.
I'm on the up and up because I have hit the very bottom.
Yeah, but you're making movement forward.
Yeah, but you're moving. You're walking.
Like, you only wear a brace on one leg now.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't that long ago, your legs were both braced completely straight with no movement.
You had to go down my stairs like this, and now you're just no cane. I don't go, fuck. He's walking down. I'm like, all right.
I'm not saying that hasn't gotten better, but
No, I get
I'm
it.
still way below par.
What about you, Zach? You happier or sadder?
I'm happier because I've killed enough brain cells.
Oh my god. And liver cells.
I'm doing good. Well, I mean, like,
You're happier than the average.
I feel like I pride myself in being able to.
I'm going to give it to you.
Yes.
Thanks.
I feel like I'm able to
Second pity win.
find the good things and the bad a lot easier now.
I
It's
feel like you
even-
have a really good picture of like an
It's like the grand scheme of
a
things.
bird's eye view. Yeah, you have a big picture mentality.
Because I mean, like, yeah, shit sucks today. Why? Oh, because I drank too much the night before. Okay, cool. So like the next day, what's stopping me from having a good day?
Yeah, sure.
Fucking nothing.
You know, I like
Make
to
my
think
day.
of drinking as borrowing happiness from tomorrow.
That quote has actually echoed with me for a long time.
For sure. It's a great way to put it. Like, if you get super drunk, like, you have a blast, but the next day is terrible. If you have a couple
Yeah.
of drinks, like, maybe you're groggy in the morning.
Yeah.
I forced myself to make it more of a treat than a lifestyle. Because what I was trying to do for a while, I think, was like treat it.
Like a
Like-
lifestyle.
Oh, they're both good questions. Okay, what are your vices? Have they gotten better or worse over time?
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
What are your vices? Have they gotten better or worse over time?
My biggest vice is procrastinating, and it has only gotten worse.
Yo, bro, I only just started breaking that. It's the hardest thing to break.
The better I am at doing stuff last minute, the more I procrastinate.
Amen.
Like, if, you know what? I can relate to this because if you're like me, You shine best under pressure. You know what I mean? Like, or it's like, you know what? I've got 1 hour to get this assignment done. Fucking game on. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's
I'll write a
fucking
fucking
go.
short story in 20 minutes.
Do I need to edit this? Fuck no. Pure emotions on the page. Let's go.
No editing. This is the rough and / final draft.
All of it. All at once.
All right, Cody.
I relate to that.
I am gonna play this card. Everyone answers but me.
What's my advice?
I am now
Yes,
the
it's your
judge,
advice.
and I ignore the other question on the card. It falls away like tears in the rain. I'm now the judge.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Oh, if I had to pick a vice right now that is controlling at least the PM aspect of my life, it would have to be Overwatch. It's like at 10:30, 11:30 at night, I start expecting messages from people being like, "Where are you at?" I'm dead serious. I'm like, eventually I show up, everyone's there, blah, and then I'm there until like 5 in the morning. A vice, I would have to say so.
I would say so. It's negatively affecting your well-being.
Yeah.
No. It's a positive thing, but for the sake of the question, we'll say it's negative.
Heard. I gotta give it to procrastination.
Yep. Procrastination nation, bro.
Procrastination. I can't talk anymore. My goodness. Procrastination
You gotta want it, man.
nation. You gotta want it. Help me, Jesus.
Lord, give me strength.
What's something that you think people should appreciate more about you?
About me?
Yeah.
That I am a very nice person. As long as you're willing to be decent, there's not a lot I won't do to help you out if you need it. I feel like that goes underappreciated. But that's just me.
You have to answer now.
Oh, what do you feel underappreciated on?
You've activated my truck card.
You never saw this coming. Pot of greed.
Unappreciated. Man.
I know, that's deep, right?
It's a deep question. Yeah.
What do you feel underappreciated on? Your knowledge of lore? You have a vast reservoir of lore knowledge that until like 2 weeks ago I didn't even know existed, and I feel like I've underappreciated it. I was like, man, he goes like deep, dives deep into stuff. You were talking about Warhammer.
Yeah. I do dive deep into lores because I like stories.
A good story is a good story, no
Yeah.
matter if it's real or not.
Yeah.
A good story is still great.
You know what I'm gonna do right here? I'm gonna speed up this process. Drink your drink, damn it.
Have a drink. Go eat a hamburger and choke on a cow dick. You red-shirted ass. Beautiful.
You have my bow and my sword and my ass.
And your brother.
And the necromancer and your brother.
Great.
Alright.
That's your
So you
turn
gotta
now.
give out the card.
Yeah, who won?
Well, you win because I drank.
I picked Cody.
Oh,
I didn't answer
absolutely.
the question.
Well, I'm at 4 cards. I would
Cody
like
had
to...
a very heartfelt answer. He did it.
I don't even remember the question, really. What's something people should appreciate more? What did I say?
That
You're a kind-hearted person.
I am a
and you have
nice.
love to
I'm
give
a
if
nice
you-
person.
You have love to give if someone gives you a chance.
You know?
Alright. So
Yeah. Let's move past this.
My heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna get real sad.
That's your go, Zach.
I just did that. Oh, you're right. I am
You
next.
stole it from me.
Stole it from us. Just
Describe your worst bathroom-related disaster.
Oh God, which one do I pick?
Oh, I have one that I'm gonna. No, I can't even.
You can't.
I can't say it on this one. No, I can't even say it on this podcast.
You can't because you're the judge.
No, I mean even. I'll tell you guys after. It's a good story.
I heard. You know
What's
what?
your bathroom story?
Heard. My. Wait. What was the exact question?
Describe. You know that bathroom-related disaster we were talking about.
A bathroom.
You gotta describe it.
related disaster that I was involved in.
Yep. I mean, I've seen the photo of Dan passed out in that bathroom with his ass hanging out.
Doesn't even crack the top 5.
I can believe that.
Worst bathroom-related disaster. Excuse me. Let me paint you a scene.
Paint me a picture, man.
14 and a half. I had lost my virginity a couple of months before this to the girl that I'm about to describe you to. To you. Doesn't matter. She was my girlfriend at the time. We were 14. And she was very into church. So I was very into church at the time. And I would go every Sunday and every Wednesday night. And on those days, I would hang out at her place until it was time to go to church. Then we'd go to church, and then I would come back. Then my parents would come and pick me up. So we'd been dating for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Pretty deep into it when you're 14 years old. And this whole relationship lasted like a year. But anyways, so we were at church at a potluck in the fall. Not that it matters. Anyways, there was a lot of food there, and I was like I said, a heavy-set person. I was a heavy-set kid. I like food. I ate a lot of food.
Cody the Code Man Bradford.
Yep, absolutely. At the time, I didn't know I was very sensitive to like gluten and cheese and things like that, and I got an upset tummy. And I went into the bathroom at the church, which is where this potluck was, which was... It wasn't in the kitchen, but it was right next to the kitchen of the church. Like, there was a separate room, blah, blah, blah. It was a church. It had really thin walls with no insulation in between. And I unleashed, like, this apocalyptic, catastrophic diarrhea.
The 4 horsemen flew into this bathroom.
Yeah, this smell could be weaponized. Anyways, it was rough and loud
Bioweapon.
and sloppy. And everyone heard it. Every single person. When I came out of the bathroom, there was at least 30 fucking people staring at me.
There was a crowd of 30 people slow clapping.
Oh, it was a bigger crowd than 30, but at least 30 of those crowd were fucking staring at me, which means that 30 more people just had decency enough not to stare.
And there's probably like 20 people out there waiting to see if you needed help.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like, and afterwards, my girlfriend at the time, she was such a trooper. She, like, brought me over the corner, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good."
Just exploding
Like,
out
that
of
was
my
rough
ass.
in there. She's like, "Yeah, everybody heard that." And I was like, "Everybody?" And she's like, "All the people here."
You see all these people here? Every single one of them.
All of them know you did it, and half of them are pretending you didn't.
The other half are staring into your soul.
Yeah, pretty
and you
much.
should be aware of that.
Yeah, anyways, 6 months later we broke up.
Jesus Christ. Hey,
It was mutual. I want to put it out there.
Oh, you're really going to do this to
Uno
me?
reverse card.
Reverse
Oh my goodness.
crisscross.
We're going to have to edit this out, this entire fucking
Everybody
thing.
clap your hands.
The most horrible bathroom disaster I've ever had is I went to a show. It was Zed's Dead out in Boise.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to beep out the rest of this.
Hey everybody, editing Josh here. For multiple reasons, the first part of Zach's story had to be cut out. So I guess you guys will just never know.
I locked myself in the bathroom, threw up all over it, and passed out for 4 hours.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, and I had the door locked, and everyone was trying to get in. One, to check if I was okay, and 2, to also use the bathroom, because it was the only bathroom. So everyone had to pee outside for 4 hours. It was horrible. And I woke up in just a pool of garbage. Fucking awful. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Just confusion, being pissed off. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it was horrible. Anytime I hear a bathroom-related disaster, I was like, nothing will be worse than that. Oh my god.
I'm gonna give that one to you, Zach. So
Thanks, man.
you just keep that.
Appreciate that, dude. I'm gonna take Cody out. Like, man, I've got a lot of experiences in my life. They're not all PG rated or G rated. Most of them aren't even PG-13. I've seen a lot of shit. but I do have experiences.
Ooh, these are both good questions. You both know me in different ways.
You're not
What's the
wrong.
question,
Is that
Puck?
a statement or a
I
question?
don't know.
Yeah, what's
It's
going
like, because the answers are good, or the questions are good, I mean, and I would be curious about both your answers.
on? Let me just pick one.
I don't know. If I didn't have my current job, what do you see me doing?
You mean unemployed?
Yep.
So, like, your dream job.
What do you see me doing? Your version of my dream job.
Famous stand-up comedian.
Touring the world as the next Tenacious D that's not Jack Black.
Famous comedian or
The next Jack Black,
yeah,
essentially.
the Tenacious E.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious C, man.
Oh my god, how did I miss that?
Yo!
Tenacious.
Tenacious C.
Yeah, that'll be our musical channel. Tenacious C. I don't know. Those both make me really, really happy.
Those are both really good things.
Yeah, they're great. I do try really hard to be good at music. And I do try really hard to be funny.
You should also succeed at both of these things.
Zach, take a drink.
I already did.
It's like I've been drinking the whole time. So.
Yeah, like
I'm just out here.
the rules have never
Right.
dictated
Turn over.
when I drink. I've just
It's
been
like I don't
drinking the
let
entire
rules
time.
determine when I drink.
You told me to pick up a 6-pack. I picked up a 6-pack, bro.
Fair. My goodness, your turn, Josh.
What's the worst thing you've ever had to do at work or school, and how'd you handle it?
At work
Or school,
or school. I think it's at
and
work
how
or
did you
school.
handle it?
I didn't go to work or school, man. It's like a job. What's the worst thing I've ever had to do at work or school?
Yeah.
I've already got mine.
The reason I quit Edwards is the last 3 shifts that I worked, they had me clean out puke out of the sinks. And the last time I did it, the manager laughed while I was doing it. He was like, good luck. And I never clocked back in. I didn't quit. I didn't call him. I just never showed back up. Oh, good
Why are
luck,
so
man.
many people puking at the theater?
Yeah, no
sinks?
doubt. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it's the sinks. I don't know why they puke in the sinks. That's what fucks me
Why
up.
were they puking is the question.
Well, the thing is, no, it's when you show up, because when you show up to the village, you have the VIP section. You can keep getting drinks.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, you worked at that place.
Yeah,
No.
I worked at the 21 in Edwards, where people were like,
At the village?
no, 21 in Edwards is over on Oberlin. And
Oh, it's
Cole.
over there by like Twin
And
Peaks
Cole.
and,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Captain D's.
So that's where I worked. But people were like showing up there, and you can't drink while you're there. And I used to bring in like beer and shit, but a lot of people would just try and pregame to the point where they'd be good the entire movie, but they'd overshoot it. Ended up puking in the sink and shit, and that's what I had to like clean up. And you don't realize how much that happens until you're working cleanup, and you have to clean up all of it.
You know
because
that-
you're like the only capable person on their staff of fucking half breeds that can fucking handle this shit. I wish I was joking, dude. These people are dumber than a sack of potatoes, dude. Like, I don't even have words to fully describe how fucking awful these people were at their jobs. Their job was to sweep theaters.
and they were
You
just
go
mad at it.
you go from the top to the bottom and you sweep the theater. They couldn't even do that.
Couldn't handle it.
Some
people
These
just can't
people
handle it.
exist.
So cleaning up puke and did not handle well.
Quit your job.
All right, Cody. What's your worst work story?
Oh, mine also happens at work, not school. Although I do have some school doozies. Or
Work will always be the
skadoozies.
worst.
Yeah.
School, you're dealing with educated people. Work, exactly. You're dealing with work.
Well, I work with my dad and my brother, so
What do they do?
construction.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So my main job is construction, but this one happened while I was doing construction, and it starts out like this. I was at a school in Meridian redoing a parking lot. So I was tearing up the old asphalt. We were going to lay down new asphalt, but we had to put in a new base and a couple of tanks underground and install some pipes and just stuff like that. So we were at the point, and it's a bit of a tight spot in this school. It's big enough to get the excavator back there to start peeling up asphalt, but it's not big at all. Anyways, in the middle of this particular patch of asphalt was a manhole cover, and that leads into a sewage box that drains into city sewage, which goes to the sewage treatment. And I was very, very, very careful to not hurt this manhole cover, this box, because it's just concrete. An excavator will bust it into a million pieces by accident. So I'm being very careful around this thing, and I'm scooping up all this asphalt that I'm dragging off, and I've got like this huge pile of it in front of me, and we're not to the point where I can load it into a truck and they can get out because there's not enough room yet. So I've got to peel it back and keep this pile going, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger as I'm moving backwards and backwards until we can get to a point where I can load a truck with it. So I'm about halfway done with this particular patch, and it's lunchtime, so we leave. We go to lunch. We come back an hour later, and I'm no longer in the excavator. And the guy running the excavator does not know that there's a manhole cover right there underneath this pile of asphalt that I was digging up. Granted, I didn't mark this thing properly, which I should have, but I also didn't tell him it was there. So he just starts ripping up asphalt, pulling all this big giant pile of broken asphalt towards him, and he grabs this manhole cover with the teeth of that excavator and just rips it out of the ground. We're like, fuck! Because it was a sewage drop box. And once we had realized that there was a manhole cover there, once he had realized that that was happening, it was full of broken asphalt and concrete. And guess what? That can't stay there. So we had to go inside of this tiny little concrete box full of shit, and also there was some shit.
And feces.
Also feces, yes. And we had to, by hand, dig out chunks of asphalt, pass them up to whoever was dumping them out. And it took about 4 hours of digging through human feces. Because I didn't tell him there was a manhole cover there.
You always gotta mark your covers, man.
Dude, it'll never happen again. If I have to dig through I had to change my clothes to drive home. Because there was no way I was sitting on my fucking car seat with that crap all over my clothes. And I had like a pair of pajama pants in my trunk. So I just took off all my clothes and I wrapped them up in a garbage sack that I had back there. And I drove home in pajama pants. Shirtless, shoeless. It's gross. Also, I was in a school parking lot in my underwear, and I don't know if that's entirely legal.
No, I don't think it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's not the place to
Either way,
happen.
that was the worst thing that ever happened to me at work.
I think I'm gonna have to give this one to Cody.
Hey, that's my winning card.
Let's
Dragging asphalt out of human crap.
That right there are
And-
5 cards, bro.
That's 5.
That's fivers.
Read them and
Cody
read,
wins
boys.
Truth or
Absolutely.
drink.
Bam! All you gotta do to win, kids, is dig through a literal
Words.
ton of asphalt and shit. Literally tons, because it's very heavy. And it was deep, too. It was a deep box. You could stand up and, like, poke your head out the top. But, like, it was deep. And it was full of 20 and 30-pound blocks of asphalt.
Man.
I feel like
Also, it was very stinky. And hot.
remember this.
Oh, this is...
If you have to take anything away from this, remember, it was really stinky.
It was so stinky. And this was the middle of summer, and it was so fucking hot.
Sounds like a bad time for every single person.
That's why I don't have COVID-19. because I had to dig through human shit for rocks. It was not a good day, is what I'm trying to say. I learned a lot of horrible shit that day, including my tolerance for the smell of shit. We took shifts.
It's a bad time for everybody.
We took shifts getting it out of there. Like, no man was in there for more than like 20 minutes at a time. But it took hours. It was so hot and smelly. And I'm sorry to leave you on that note. Like, that's my victory speech? Really? That's where we're at?
That's your victory
Yeah, but
speech.
you know,
You know what? That's indicative of 2020. That's the victory speech. I was covered in human shit.
Well, Zach, it's been good having you, man.
It's been actually a blessing for you guys to have me here. I've enjoyed every fucking second of it.
Nice.
It's a good time.
That sounded so... I know what you meant, but it sounded off.
Well, I mean, I suck at talking. I'm surprised I made it this far.
No, it was a blast having you, man. I really hope that you come out and do more of these with us.
There's going to be more of this for sure.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds like fun.
Remember, if you guys liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like the video,
Fuck off.
go thumbs
I don't
down someone
give a-
else's videos.
No doubt.
Fuck
So
with
go
you,
thumbs down someone else's videos.
Just spend your time somewhere else, you
If you want to see
fucking
more,
loser.
Yeah, right?
if you want to see more, subscribe. Hit the mystery bell.
Hit their mystery bell.
You
We don't know what it
That
does.
mystery bell's there for a reason.
Any
If you're not
important-
hitting it, what are you living?
Any
Yeah, right.
important
Are you
links will
alive?
be in the description down below.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys. Stay fun. Stay safe.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.